I'm Richard Keys. I live with a young wife. She doesn't understand me because we're from different worlds. That is the new project from Richard Keys. He's moving back to London. He's going to be doing an off Leicester Square play / one-man theatre show.
You wanted to say off-Broadway then, didn't you? But you realised that
yeah, no, I remember it's not Broadway, is it? Yeah. I don't think they'd be interested. The only people would be... What's the biggest theatre you think Richard Keys could... I reckon he could do the South End Theatre. Do a little
He'd definitely be doing provincial
about
stuff. He
his
wouldn't
life.
be doing London. London is looking at Leicester Square Theatre max.
That was me saying it was fancy South End. That wasn't me saying provincial.
I think we both know what you were saying. He's definitely not coming to London. If he's doing a speaking tour, he's not coming to London. I wouldn't have thought.
I don't think. Do you not think he'd sort of want to do a bit? Do you reckon we could pretend we were like some kind of musical agency, right?
Yeah.
Musical theatre agency.
Yeah.
Get in touch with Richard Keys people and sort of call Richard. Let's tell your story, but let's not just do, a one man. Yeah, the sort of thing you'd see sort of Jeremy Clarkson do. Let's go one step further. Let us. Let your musical flag fly, and let's just give the people in the auditorium
songs from the shows.
Songs from the shows. Richard Keys and the songs from the shows. I think that'd be a lovely thing to do.
Has he got any musical talent that we know of?
I don't know. I think he must have done something at Comic Relief. I could see him like doing a bit for like some TVAM. Remember when he was on TVAM? I know that was.
I think
ITV,
him and Andy Gray would sing just like
occasionally...
Zig and Zag. But I think of them singing, I think of Zig and Zag.
Irish accent.
Just like, I know, actually Zig and Zag weren't that gruff, were they? I'm thinking more of Oscar the Grouch kind of gruffness.
I think you're thinking of Cosmo and Dibs from You and Me.
Yeah, I'm a bit.
Oh, I'd sort of like
yeah.
Did they have a sort of like Jamaican accent?
Don't do the voice, yeah.
Well, was it Jamaican or was it Liverpool?
Know.
I can't remember.
I don't know, but please don't
do the voice. Yeah, but they spoke like that, didn't they?
What songs would Richard do though? Would he break off in between songs to do little anecdotes?
Yeah, it would be like, but it wouldn't be like popular shows. It would be songs from like, what's that one with the boys that became those rollerblading boys?
Oh, Starlight Express.
Starlight Express. It would be like stuff like that, or Wicked. Not really classics, but
he'd be like a bit like Dave Spikey in Phoenix Nights.
Yeah,
just doing these rough approximations of these show songs. Would Andy Gray be involved? Would he get involved? They wheel him out like a Pitbull type vibe?
He would be interviewed in the foyer afterwards. So I think he's done a brilliant job, actually. I think he's done a brilliant job. Yeah. And that would be the advert. Sort of going, and other people sort of said, I was really shocked. Yeah.
Andy Gray loves to wobble his head, doesn't he? Wobbles his head all the time. I think that'd be excellent. I am like most of us, I am interested and waiting with bated breath over which direction Richard goes in next.
Get on the Canva, make us a little deck, and let's talk to Richard's people.
I'd like you to get in touch.
Yeah,
we could gauge the interest. I mean, it's a win-win for us because if there's genuinely a lot of quite sincere interest, we could probably make some money.
Yeah.
But if there isn't, it'd be funny.
Yeah, it's like every fate that befalls me is content. So it's like I don't mind it anymore. It's the greatest. People talk about male toxicity and men who have podcasts, but for me, it's just great for my mental health. Do you know what I mean? When something bad happens to me, I'm like, people will have a giggle about this. That's fine.
That'll keep the wolves from the door for another week.
That'll keep me 4 podcasts on the
boil. Equivalent of like when those blokes,
on the boil. Well,
it's like the content equivalent of when those soldiers used to shoot themselves in the hand in the trenches. Isn't it? Right, okay, it's a shame, but I do get to go home. It's an unfortunate thing to befall someone, but it gets you out the trenches. So back where we want to be. I think that's really good. Look, I have a theory about not just the Keys and Gray of this world, but of mainstream presenters generally, is that they're not actually popular. So there are a couple of exceptions to this. So, for example, if you say like Gary Lineker, who's taken the rest of his football and he's got his show and that's successful, right? And that's largely to do with the dynamic between the three of them, and it's not just about Gary. I think now, in these days, if you're Keys and you're going to go and do your own vehicle, you ain't taking people with you from beIN Sport or Sky Sports or anything like that. I think it's very difficult it would be very difficult in any provincial town to find 100 people who would like passionately be fans of Richard Keys for his own sake. They might think, oh, actually, he's been treated quite harshly because, he's not really sexist. And loads of people obviously think he's a fucking dinosaur. But I don't know there'd be anyone out there who'd be like, I love that guy.
But that's the lot of the presenter, isn't it?
Yes, it is. No, it totally is.
I guess you kind of, the time that you think that you're more important than the thing that you're the link man for, the music, the football, the sport, whatever.
Well, you became bigger than Absolute Radio, didn't you? Which is why you had to leave.
I grew it. It was like, by the time I left, it was kind of like, it was like a barrel.
Yeah.
It was like I was wearing a barrel with my arms and legs out of it. I broke through the Norapid guarantee.
Yeah, you've got the most energy of anyone I know of someone who could, like a small boy, run around wearing a barrel.
Do you not think that there's a sort of trope that you sort of used to see in cartoons and stuff back in the day?
So don't move on from it.
But do you not think it'd be really charming to? I mean, it'd be quite heavy, wouldn't it? But
why
would it not be fun to make one of those suits?
Why don't boys of like 12 wear barrels anymore? Why not got like arms and leg holes cut out of a barrel?
It was shorthand for being poor, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It was shorthand for I've lost everything.
Yeah.
I'm wearing a barrel, a rigid wooden barrel with braces to go over your shoulders. Why was that the thing? Do you know what I mean? It's not clothing.
It's hard wearing though, isn't it?
Like rags. I know, but it's rag. Like rags are more.
It was that or a watermelon for pants.
I don't remember what a
watermelon for pants, isn't it? So you get a watermelon big enough, you can turn it into pants for a toddler.
I don't remember.
So you cut half a watermelon.
Yeah,
and you cut some leg holes. I'm familiar with how and that you obviously scoop out the delicious flesh and the shell.
Don't scoop any of it out, and it would conform. Just jam yourself in there.
You do it before you put it on the child.
Yeah.
So basically,
could you not start carving it out? Yeah.
Of a dad in a barrel.
And the son in a watermelon pants.
Yeah. Watermelon pants. Yeah. And you could use the other half for a little hat.
Yeah. Well, it's those guys in. I can't remember what country it is, but they're quite hot on. There was rules about wearing a motorbike helmet, so they just started putting watermelons on there.
Not going to do anything for you.
It's like technically I don't know. I mean, it would slip off you very easily, wouldn't it?
I've just come to the immediate realisation that I would give almost anything to see you wearing a barrel.
A barrel. I don't know where you'd even get it. It'd be too heavy for me. It'd be too heavy.
Well, the problem is there's a decline in Coopers, isn't there now?
There's a decline in what?
Coopers. So a Cooper is a barrel maker. That was the traditional trade.
Right.
That's where the name Cooper comes from.
I'm completely unaware of the word Cooper. So
yeah,
that answers its own question.
So I was out in Devizes in Wiltshire many years ago, and that's where the Wadworth Brewery is. And we did a little brewery tour when we were there, and they had a working Cooper, a barrel maker, in the brewery. They're very traditional with a lot of their practices. And he was actually saying then, and this would have been north of 15 years ago, he was saying, I haven't got an apprentice and I'm one of the last people in the country doing this. Yeah. So what they should have done is maybe try to get some PR agency involved and try to make wearing barrels fashionable again.
Yeah. Fast fashion, like kind of, we need like a Shane or Temu or something. It's the new thing to sort of wear. There was an advert on Instagram for a pair of shoes. And it was basically one of those like, hey, short kings, get a load of these shoes that can add 3 inches to your height, and nobody will know.
Height maxing. How do they work?
Nobody knows it. They're some of the most abhorrent. It's the sort of shoes that I think the Predator would wear. Do you know what I mean? Like black, kind of like veiny, kind of like coral. Like you look like you stood in some coral, and it's black, and they've got like a little dial on them.
Did you consider it?
And they're so fashionable, and I was like, they're horrible.
It reminds me of acupuncture shoes. Do you remember acupuncture shoes back in the day?
Yes.
Were
they like really comfortable? Right.
I had a pair of them back in the day. I went through a bit of a drum and bass phase, very, very limited, short drum and bass phase. Acupuncture shoes were the fucking ones, man. They were everyone.
But what they were just like what? Were they like etnies, like kind of skate shoes?
Yeah, but for drum and bass fans.
Drum and bass fans. They don't need their own shoes.
Still sell them.
They don't need their own shoes.
Yeah, they still sell them. They don't look very good.
Right. No. I thought acupuncture shoes were like for old people. You know, like like the old Skechers.
No. Well, they used to.
The
they might be
excellent
now.
Skechers, in which Harry Kane is advertising. We've been advertising them recently.
Have we been advertising
Skechers? We've been advertising Harry Kane's
Skechers.
Well, his Skechers range of football boots.
What about the Redknapp's range of Skechers?
Well, he's an ex-footballer, so he just requires comfort over form, I suppose.
Don't we all these days? I wore. Do you know what? We had a long day yesterday because we're recording this the day after the first Ramble watch party, and
yes,
a long day for me. And
your watch is over, Jon Snow,
for all of us. Yeah, and I wore a pair of shoes that I like, that are great summer shoes, like a leather kind of shoe. A light leather shoe that you don't wear with a sock. And they're great. But what I've started to realise is that it's just not practical for a man of my age. I need more arch support than that.
Need more arch support, yeah.
What I need is a pair of Dutch clogs.
Apparently they're very comfortable.
What, clogs? They're not. That's bullshit. The Dutch are telling you that. That's bullshit. They can't be.
No, but I think...
No one wears wooden shoes for a reason.
I think because of the support it gives you, I'm fairly certain that clogs are like surprisingly supportive.
I'm always like perennially surprised that that's not taken off at some point in some Hackney Wick warehouse as a fashion item. Like I've never once in context seen someone wearing clogs normally. Like the only time I've ever seen someone wearing clogs is like some kind of like parade in Belgium or Holland or something where it's like a traditional festival or some shit.
It's a low crime area shoe.
Oh, big time.
You can't chase after anyone in clogs.
No, you know what? What was it? What's that movie? It might be a De Niro movie where he's like never run away from a crime scene. If you're committing this kind of robbery or whatever, it might be a George Clooney even. Is it a movie? What's the movie where George? I mean, I'm asking you this. There's a really good bank robbery scene in a George Clooney movie where he goes up to the woman behind the desk. And he says,
my have you seen that video? Have you seen that clip on Instagram Shorts recently, like I did?
Is it up there? Is it one of those ones?
I think I saw that quite recently. It's like, what are you? Yeah, what? I mean, Jesus Christ, yeah.
What's wrong with that? It's a good scene.
I don't know. It's just it just makes me giggle because it's kind of like.
I don't like it that people are just consuming movies through scenes now. But anyway, clogs. You could, if you were a super cool Robert De Niro type dude,
right?
You were just walking casually away from a robbery, it
would confuse the crime scene investigators.
It might attract attention. Yeah, there was a man walking in clogs. I definitely think we should at least interview him about the crime. Yeah,
maximum you can get away with Cuban heels. They're going to click clock, but at least they're not going to have a tread on them.
Do you know what they say about Cuban heels? Never ever wear Cuban heels unless you're Cuban, and even then, don't.
Nice, very nice.
But would you have you ever flirted with the idea of a clog?
Yes, I have actually, because I think I've seen them. They have them in Japan quite a lot. I'd certainly like wooden shoes, and they're apparently quite comfortable, but not the ones you buy for 50 quid at the tourist tat shop. It's the ones that are made specifically for your shoes. Do you know, for your feet? You know, that are crafted for your.
I don't think they're a development in. So if you go back to like I don't know how many hundreds of years ago, people started wearing shoes or whatever. Those kind of like wraparound leather shoes that very primitive peoples used to wear, they'd be more comfortable than clogs. I mean, we've had leather for a long time. Wood is not an upgrade on leather when it comes to shoe work.
No, but I think, like you said, it's the arch support, though, isn't it? That leather wouldn't give you the arch support that you require. I'm a little bit annoyed because I bought some, what are they blooming called? Timberlands. And,
you didn't, did you? Why are you doing that?
What do you mean?
I don't think you should be wearing them.
But, what do you mean?
Well, you're short and old.
Can wear...
Well, I just don't know if it's your look.
Well, the problem is because they're like steel toe cap. I was like,
oh, that's even worse. Who do you think you are?
I'll use these for
the method man
for me DIY projects.
Oh, fair enough.
And now they're covered in filler and they're absolutely ruined.
That makes
but I really
cool,
like them. I'm going to buy a lot. I'm going to buy some more. I'm going to buy some more Tims.
Are you drinking?
I'm going to treat them right.
By the way,
I'm
drinking
business Tims.
Are you drinking eggnog? What are you drinking?
I made myself a little. You know, like you see those lads and lasses on the old Instagram stuff. They're making their morning coffee. It's usually like American fellas, American lassies, and they're making their morning coffee. They just put like 1,000 1,000 calories into a cup. And they start by spraying this chocolate stuff all around the inside of the cup.
It's like a dessert.
They put this, so I had like this kind of like, I had this little bit of sort of brown coffee liquid in a bottle. I put it in I made myself a nice coffee.
Good for you.
I made myself an iced coffee because I invested, Luke, in ice cube trays. There must be someone listening here that deals with food safety. I buy a lot of food stuff, or stuff that's going to touch food, off Amazon and the internet, and I'm a little bit concerned that I'm not really being that circumspect about weird Chinese, food preparatory goods that are touching my food. I'm not being that careful with them. And I'm just a bit worried that I'm going to have, microplastics, non-food safe plastics.
I think microplastics are everywhere now, though, aren't they?
I think I'm fairly certain somebody said that the whole microplastics fear might be a little bit overblown, and the studies.
Was it a
around
plastic
it
manufacturer?
Yeah,
Jonathan.
Paul Victorious Cheeseman, old PVC. He is a professor.
Is that what it's named after? Paul Victorious
Paul
Cheeseman?
Victorious Cheeseman.
Yeah.
He's basically done a study, and he says everything's cool, Daddy-o.
Don't worry about it.
He did say Daddy-o at the end. Don't worry about it.
Okay,
Chill out.
Yeah. That's how you know you can
Infantino
relax
style.
about it. So look, I'll admit to the fact that we've got an ice maker in our freezer. By the way, this chair's really creaky, so I'm sorry if that's annoying people.
I really can't. Whenever people complain about chairs, sometimes dogs or sometimes your cats even, you frequently can't hear it.
Oh, that's good.
The delicious noise gating on the Roadcaster Duo.
There we go.
That we use in the studio.
Many thanks to them. We've got an ice maker, mate. So what we do is we put a little latch. I know, but we inherited it when we moved house. So we used to be very, very strict,
iceless,
and passionate ice tray people. We had an ice tray that did ice cubes in the shape of pineapples. We did them in the shape of pleasingly mathematical hexagons.
Right.
And just your standard Communal Garden, the ice tray comes with the freezer standard ice cubes as well. But now we've got it on demand. In fact, the only time it's ever run out is when my son realised that if he put the ice cubes down the back of people's T-shirts when they're sitting in the garden, that's quite funny. And he took, as ever, because he's 3, he took it too far and got about 400 ice cubes out the freezer thing in a big jug, and it was like the last days of ice
Rome. The boundaries.
Yeah, and then we had to go without ice cubes for like 2 days while it built up again.
Well, it started building up.
Yeah.
Oh, dear.
But other than that, it's a very good service. We're very pleased with the service. So I wouldn't better speak to you about ice trays, but I do know that they've found microplastics right at the bottom of the ocean, haven't they?
So why are they looking for? Out of all the things you could be looking in the sea for, I found some microplastics. You fucking nerds. You fucking.
I called someone a nerd again this morning, by the way.
Did you? What in IRL?
I cycled to. I don't know if I told you this. So this morning I was on autopilot. Obviously late night last night. In at the crack of dawn this morning.
Didn't you stay in a hotel?
I did. Yeah.
Ooh. Whereabouts? Was it near the 40-foot brewery?
No, it was near King's Cross. Just basically equidistant.
That's even more expensive. What's wrong with you?
Well, I didn't pay for it. Equidistant between the brewery and the office. Anyway, because the numbers. I mean, I know you were. I mean, it's absolutely insane that you went back to Leon C, then came all the way back in the next morning. You must have got. What time did you get home?
To be fair, it was about 12:30. Wasn't too bad.
Oh, you left early. Did you leave as soon as the game finished?
No, I finished. Left at 11:30. It's Walthamstow. It's night time, and you're almost outside the M25 anyway, aren't you, Walthamstow? Cracking on anyway.
So how did you get a cab home then?
Yeah.
Oh, good. Okay. Anyway, so what time? Then what time? Okay, so for me, I didn't get. I stayed to the bitter end, and then I had to. My son would have got us up early and all the rest of it. So anyway, I just stayed in the thing. But what I did,
I lost a negotiation with my partner because I've been away.
It happens, mate. It happens. I spent about 15 minutes. You'll like this. I spent about 15 minutes this morning cycling to the old office.
What? Hang on.
I was just total autopilot. Even though we've been there almost a year.
I mean, that is.
Yeah.
I don't think I'd even do that. I've driven.
I got to Upper Street. I literally got to Upper Street.
Driven to the.
How bad is that?
I've driven to the childminders before. I've driven to the childminders instead of the nursery. Yeah. And that's 5 minutes. That's a 5 minute aberration, I'd say. But,
so I was in a bad mood because of that, obviously. And then I was like, I've wasted 15 minutes there. And in fact, it was more 25-ish minutes because I had to cycle back the other way. And I really wanted to get in so I could catch up on all the stuff that I kind of missed out on because we were busy last night. And a fucking guy on Tottenham Court Road, he told me, he was like, "Oh, hey, you're supposed to be cycling down round this way." And I was like, "No, I couldn't get across the idea that, I don't know if you've seen this, but in central London, there's a lot of roads where it is one way only unless you're cycling.
Unless you're a bike. Yeah.
And so he didn't know that because he's a fucking chippy guy who wants to get his nose in other people's business. And
was he on a bike?
No, he was walking.
Right.
He was about to cross the road, but he didn't obviously know the rules. But he thought I didn't know the rules. And then I couldn't get all that across, so I just said, "Oh, fuck off, nerd," like that. And I could see him.
That's when you know you're tired. Your pedantry just goes, "Oh, fuck it, I'll just call him a nerd."
Yeah, but the great thing about the nerd, I'm a big passionate fan of the nerds inside because you can see people just go, "Hang on, am I a nerd for doing that?" Even though there's nothing wrong with being a nerd. I think being a nerd is great, but people instinctively recoil from it.
Poindexter?
Yeah, bit American though.
We need to, yeah.
Imagine if I just went, "Fuck off." Yeah. Loads of people waiting to cross. So aggressive. Even for me, that's too aggressive. So
yeah, good stuff. I've started cycling. I think I need I don't have a helmet. I'm going to get a helmet, I think. Because I just live to commerce and buy shit. And I think I should get one of those, those cool fucking masks.
You're Bane, like Bane?
Yeah, like Bane.
I don't think you'd look as cool as Bane, would you?
No, I don't think I'd look as cool as Bane. Because I think my cycling posture is the most upright I am in my life.
I've seen you in action.
It is quite camp.
Do you remember that time we were late for a meeting at the BBC and you had to cycle? We had to cycle. We had to share a line bike because we didn't have time to find two line bikes even. So I sat on the back and you cycled.
Where did we go? Did we sort of cycled all the way to Highbury Islington Tube, didn't we?
It's not long after we started the company. And for someone, I mean, obviously it's much more reasonable now because we do stuff and we're actually successful. But back then, no one really knew much about us. And we somehow got a meeting at the BBC. And I would say, perhaps uncharitably, that if I'm not going to stay across the timings, then we're fucked because there's no way you are.
Yeah.
And we thought it was 3 o'clock and it was 2 o'clock. And it was about 8 minutes to 2. And we were like, oh, fuck. See, we thought in our infinite wisdom, we'll cycle there in 8 minutes. That'd be all right.
Yeah, but it's one of those.
But you were very upright when you're cycling. I remember, I can picture it now. Your back was like rigid, straight.
Anything not to touch you.
Fair enough.
On a line back made for two. I think it's one of those ones where like it happens quite a lot to me. Like if I'm massively late and I manage to make up an astonishing amount of time through verve, vigor, hard work, dexterity, thoughtfulness, sight, just goddamn intelligence and street knowledge. I'm
this is
always
not
kind
the
of like
I know.
I get there and I'm like 5 minutes late and I'm like, I don't even want to say sorry for being late because I've made up so much time and I could have been so much worse.
But I think what you should do in that situation is just be really late because it looks like a force majeure. It looks like it's not your fault.
Yeah.
I think 5 minutes late looks really, really sloppy. 45 minutes late, now we're talking. It's like the equivalent of David Icke. David Icke won't just talk about... There was a brilliant video that I shared with you the other day of David Icke, and it actually feeds on nicely from what we're talking about last week, which is the idea that if you want to get in a conversation with a conspiracy theorist, you've got to take it further than they're prepared to go, right? David Icke did that. He literally did that. I saw it the other day. I shared it with you. There's a guy, a general communal garden loser, fucking conspiracy theorist, fucking idiot, right? Wow. Not even good at the conspiracies. And the thing about that is, that's unforgivable because you can say whatever you want. Once you're in that space, you can say whatever you want, and there's no excuse about being boring. So he's talking to David Icke, one of the originals, one of the OGs, about the moon landings.
Of madness. Yeah.
I mean, David Icke, that is like, that's starter stuff. That's just the petit four at the start of the meal for David. He don't want to talk about the moon landing. He's been talking about lizards for like 45 years. He's got no interest in the moon landing.
He's bombed straight past that. Oh, big time. Kindergarten stuff.
Yeah. So he was like, I think the one thing is the moon is definitely not always there. and there's a lot of stuff going on inside the moon that controls everything on Earth. And that is exactly what I'm talking about. This Communal Garden conspiracy theorist guy didn't know what to say.
Yeah.
I rated it.
Me too. It's just kind of like, it wasn't even like the moon landings didn't happen. It was like the moon doesn't exist as we know it, and the moon is a machine run by the Jews.
It's always the Jews, actually, sadly,
yeah. Always the Jews.
For them.
It's so that. Oh my God! Did you know about this bit of string in fucking Manhattan?
What?
Speaking of those guys,
what's happened?
There is a fishing wire, right? Are you familiar with this? The fishing wire that goes around Manhattan.
No.
Observant
Is this
Jews
more David Icke stuff, or is this proper?
No, it actually happens. Right. Unless I've been absolutely sold a kipper.
Yeah.
Kipper? That's a yeah. Anyway, the people who observe, going to the Sabbath, the Jewish Sabbath every week. The people who observe it, they pay money to have a piece of fishing wire maintained that encircles the entirety or a lot of Manhattan, just in one big circle. Can you imagine like a bit of string encircling, like going across streets, going across...
Why is this happening?
A fine, I'll tell you in a second, a fine sort of cord that goes right the way around Manhattan. And it's because, and there's a man who goes around, right, a holy man, and presumably with some holy man with engineering skills. He goes around and he checks this piece of fishing wire is in good order every day. He goes around and he makes sure that the fishing wire encircles Manhattan perfectly. That's what he does every day. He just goes around checking that all of the bits of wire, fishing wire, kind of encircle Manhattan. And it's because in the Torah they sort of talk about you can't carry things on the Sabbath outside your own home. Right. But a home is defined by a set, I think, of arches. And so with the lamppost that this bit of string is on, that encircling basically extends the boundaries of your own home. And so it's a bit of a kind of let off for observant Jews. On a loophole, literally, I suppose, for allow people to carry stuff on their Sabbath. Now, isn't that amazing? Why does nobody talk about this fucking fishing line? If indeed
never
it
heard
exists,
that once
I
in
haven't
my
been
life.
absolutely, and I haven't been absolutely sold a kipper. It's incredible.
Sold a Yom Kippur, you might say.
A Yom Kippur. Yeah. That was the word. I wasn't 100% Yom Kippur.
I hope not.
I think. Is it food? Is it a prayer?
Okay,
I don't know.
That's offensive.
That's offensive.
But going back,
I went to Catholic school. I fucking know. The problem with going to Catholic school is, like, you may think that's more religious. It's less religious. They only tell you about one of the fuckers.
Yeah.
At least at primary school, they try to teach you about bloody Muslims. And a Sikh man came out and took his turban off and showed everyone his knife. Like, that's what I remember from primary school.
And for those of you who want to complain about Pete, I'd warn you to just temper your expectations somewhat, because Pete did spend a lot of time at Catholic school and also forgot how Jesus died. So
exactly.
It's like,
I wasn't even listening then.
You're not dealing with an expert.
But I'm just saying, like schools that deal with one specific religion tell you fuck all about the world, because they only tell you about Caesarea Philippi. I always bring that up.
Who's that?
I always bring up the transubstantiation. I always bring up all that shit.
Yeah, because the transubstantiation,
and original sin
is that observing Catholics presumably believe that the wafer is literally the blood of Christ after it's been blessed.
Yeah.
And the wine is literally his blood.
Yeah.
This is demonstrably untrue.
Well, I mean, people have discussed that for...
Do you want to do a quick bit more on conspiracies before we go?
Go
one of
on,
our listeners... And do you know what? This shames me, and I can't actually find... who sent it, because I can't find the original email.
Shame.
So you know who you are, and I apologise for not name checking you. I'll try and do it next time when producer Bruno finds out who it is. But they sent this conspiracy chart. It's like a have you seen it? It's like an inverted triangle.
Right. Okay.
Of the conspiracies and how sort of weird they are. So essentially, it's separated into, I think, 5 different categories. The first one is grounded in reality. Then you've got the speculation line, then leaving reality, then reality denial, and then the anti-Semitic point of no return, which is like, because they all lead from one thing to another.
Yeah.
Right? So the grounded in reality ones are things like Watergate, which of course was originally a conspiracy. Things like MK Ultra, things like the FBI spying on Martin Luther King. Most of these things are like they actually happened, right? So then you've got the next one, which is leaving reality, where it's like we have questions about this. So things like UFOs, things like Area 51, things like Epstein didn't kill himself, right?
Right.
Then the next one, definitely false, but mostly harmless. Like Elvis is still alive. The Titanic never sank. You know, Stevie Wonder isn't blind. Avril Lavigne was replaced by another person. You know, blah blah blah.
Paul McCartney,
Michael Jackson, all that kind of shit, right?
Yeah.
One of them included in there is Ted Cruz as the Zodiac Killer. Right. I'm not sure that's harmless to Ted Cruz, but then who cares about
to be
Ted
fair,
Cruz?
Trump got some mileage out of it, didn't he?
Yeah,
he does know where he won't go.
Then dangerous to the next one is dangerous to yourself and others. So Joe Biden is a robot. COVID is a bioweapon. 5G is toxic. The presidential election was stolen. The pandemic. Vaccines. Cause autism or have microchips or whatever. And then when you get up to the real bad ones, the kind of anti-Semitic ones, it's like, the New World Order, the deep state, cultural Marxism, all that kind of stuff. It's really interesting because when you look at them in the different categories, QAnon and stuff, when you look at them in the different categories, it actually makes sense. And because you've always said to me, eventually conspiracy theorists, they always get back to some kind of anti-Semitic behavior. And that actually proves it. It's very fascinating, I think.
Yeah.
Anyway, here we go.
All right, then. I'm off to Temple. We'll be back on...
we'll share that infographic.
No, we'll be back on Thursday.
Socials,
Yes, please do. We'll be back on Thursday for more of this. If you want to get to the show, it's really easy. hello@linkedkinshow.com. Say goodbye, Lukey.
Goodbye, Lukey.